we are so happy to be joined live via Zoom by Rabbi Harry Rosenberg, a Jewish scholar, an expert on the whole theme of the lost tribes. He's based in Jerusalem, and we're so happy to have you joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a wonderful time to be here.
It really is, and I think I've been following your work, and it's got to be a great feeling to know that all of this passion you've put into building courses and information about studying the lost tribes is leading to something. We're seeing so many people wanting to connect to Israel and the Jewish people. What is special about these times, and why we're at the beginning of a new age of discovery?
Oh man, I mean, first of all, there's so much to say about what's special about these times, even though when you look at it on paper, it looks like there's so much not special going on. But really the way I look at life is, I'm not just Harry Rosenberg who was born living my own existence. There was a narrative that happened before we were born, thousands of years old, a story, something that was unfolding and something that people were speaking about for thousands of years and hoping for. And so what I'm starting to realize is something that for these past thousands of years we were hoping and thinking and praying about and legends is all kind of coming true before our eyes. So it's really something that's connecting us to the path, but really giving us the biggest door possible towards a good future,
right.
A new future, as you said.
So what do you have to say about all of these people like, basketball legend, Stoudemire, who I know has studied with you, and he recently finished his conversion to Judaism itself, which a lot of people aren't choosing to do, but in tracing the biblical narrative to the spiritual calling, it's no coincidence that it's kind of happening simultaneously.
I always say there's no smoke without a fire, and we're seeing a lot of smoke going around. And so let's try to find the fire. But really, there's, let's say, 100 million people today on planet Earth, conservatively at least, who are self-identifying as being from the ancient tribes of Israel. So that's a serious number. Within that, you are seeing people take on the path of conversion, like our good friend Amari Stoudemire, who's extremely righteous human and individual. But is this path of conversion a sustainable path for these 100 million people? There are legends from our sages that say in the future, when the tribes of Israel reunite, there will be some type of new way we serve God, and not a new religion, but it's not going to be what once was that worked for us in the exile for 2,000 years. It'll be something new. So we could speak about a few different aspects here, but with this 100 million people, we're not really focusing, at least myself from my perspective, on converting all of them.
I just want to ask you one other question, getting into, I know we're in the beginning of this phase. This is going to be a long phase of, there's a lot of, layers and intricacies of, Rabbanut, Israel recognizing, as a scholar and a spiritual leader, do you have faith that we, Hashem will guide us in the direction to be able to, absorb in a way that is really being a light unto nations without having it to be recognized by the Rabbanut and all of these other things that go with it, making Aliyah and all of these other concerns?
Exactly. I think that's a great question. And the way I'm looking at this right now, this is not a religious opportunity here for a religion. This is a humanitarian opportunity right now for world peace. And to explain that, I just want to say, a historical piece from the Jewish people, speaking about the Rabbanut. There's an argument in the Mishnah, where we get our law from, redacted around 2,000 years ago. They say there's one opinion that says the lost tribes do come back. Rabbi Eliezer says that. Rabbi Akiva says they don't come back. And so it's usually when there's an argument in the Mishnah, you have to find one opinion that makes both opinions work. So why is this not an argument? Because we believe, according to the school of thought that I'm a part of, that Rabbi Akiva says geographically in the future, they don't all come back because there's simply not enough room in the land of Israel for them. And Rabbi Eliezer, who says they do come back, he means back into the nation as a nation, as a people. So the way we're looking at this when I say humanitarian is, let's say you had a cousin, a long-lost cousin who disappeared and everyone was looking for him. It was a sad story in the family. They couldn't find this individual. And finally, you're on a search party looking for him, and you find him in the woods, haven't had food or water in days and, famished. And all of a sudden, what's the first question you're going to ask him? Are you going to say, how many times a day are you praying? Or how religious are you? How much Torah learn?
This is not the only time we're going to address this. Topic is only growing. Thank you so much. So insightful. I really enjoyed it.
That was super cool. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.